Ready to roll. Kenley Jansen will be for the Boston Red Sox. It's a compelling case when you look at his career and the numbers he's put up. 391 career saves. That's the second most among active players behind only Craig Kimbrell, ahead of Aroldis Chapman, Melanson, Greg Holland, and Edwin Diaz. And now he goes to a Boston team clearly bereft of any sort of strength in that bullpen. Their pitching staff all year, H. I don't know how Alex Cora did it, trying to cobble together wins here and there. But Jansen, now that you got a stopper, you can start to build around him and try to fortify that.
I always felt like the most demoralizing loss is in the ninth. Yeah. You do everything you can to get that lead, and then you blow it in the ninth inning or eighth inning or late in the game. So, yeah, that's a big get for the Red Sox. They got a long way to go. You know, it's a nice start. For the winter, it was good to see, but this is a curious club for me. I'll see where they go.
Jansen's journey specifically, had all those great years at the Dodgers, had a couple of meltdowns. People wasn't sure how much more he had left, how reliable he would be. He then goes to Atlanta and proves, no, I'm still an elite guy. And now he gets paid 2 years, $32 million.
He's one of the great people in the sport, too, man. I tell you what, remember the heart problems he had? He had to figure that out, couldn't travel to Colorado.
Yeah.
So he got all that stuff figured out, went to Atlanta, did his thing. We're looking at a Hall of Fame closer.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, when you start looking at the numbers, eventually we are now at a point in baseball history where the numbers, you're not going to see guys accumulate the numbers anymore because they're not going to get the playing time.
Right.
It just, the game is different. So
he's eighth all-time in saves. So if he gets 30 saves the next couple of seasons, you'll get 450.
Yeah, he's not getting 600 like Trevor and these guys. Not getting there.
Right, but 450 might be enough to get it done. As you mentioned, Boston, a very curious team. How are they going to replace Xander Bogaerts? Like the two teams right now, people are saying, wow, with all this money being spent, Boston hasn't done a ton. Dodgers haven't done much. We'll get to them in a second. But Boston, specifically the production, how do you replace Bogaerts? Story at shortstop now?
Yeah, I don't see Trevor Story moving to short. I mean, that's where they're at right now. But his last year in Colorado, you could tell the arm was not the same. And even when he went to Boston, was not the same. So I still think they're short. I think he went to Boston clearly saying, I've changed my career. I'm playing second base. That's where I'm at. Now, can he move over there?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll see. But I don't know. The Red Sox are really interesting to me because they're the Red Sox.
Yeah.
And they're not acting like it.
No.
This is a club that waded in the waters for Pedro Martinez, and you sign Ortiz, and you bring your guys back, and they don't get away, and all that. They're at a curious point, and I know that that fan base is going nuts right now. Like, what's going on? What are we doing?
It's your point. When you take a homegrown guy or someone you just identify with the team, Betts left, Bogaerts left. Now the question is Devers. I feel like they got to extend him now. You don't want to wait one more year.
But if you're Devers, do you stay? I mean,
well, if you give him 13 years, 350.
But he's going to get it somewhere else now. You see that?
Yeah, that's the thing. I would have said to you before, hey, whatever, 12 years, $300 million, that gets it done. But if he plays another year and has another great year, he might get $400 million. That's the market.
He's maybe younger than the other guys. He's right there in that
26.
age 26 round. I mean, he's looking around. He's seeing what Tampa did with Wander Franco. You see what Seattle did with Julio Rodriguez. When they're young, they're locking these guys up, right?
Right.
And then you see what's happening around the league now with Correa getting the money, with Trey Turner getting money, guys all in that age range.
Yeah. And it goes back to your point, would you want to stay? Like, if it feels like, hey, Boston, we're not spending the way we used to be. We're not the team to beat right now in the American League East. Well, I'm not going to make that long-term commitment because I want to win.
Well, the crazy thing is he's putting up these numbers. Fenway Park, right field is a long ways away. Now, he does a great job of hitting that ball left field. But can you imagine if it was reversed and he was in New York? If he was a Yankee, he'd be hitting 30, 40, 50 homers a season with the average that he puts up. So we'll see. And I think his numbers are going to get better now that the shift is gone, too.
That'll help.
His batting average is going to climb. So we're just seeing the best of Devers. Now, I do believe that Alex Cora has clearly been the perfect manager for him.
Big time.
When Alex was gone for the year, Devers was gone. But when he came back, he has a great relationship and a great rapport, and he's brought this kid along.
Riley's contract, by the way, was 10 years, $212 million. So Devers is going to blow through that. If you look at a comparison of a young third baseman, a guy that has those kinds of numbers.